Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a little bird named Tweet. Tweet was a small, fluffy, and colorful bird who loved to sing and fly around. He was different from the other birds in his flock, as he loved to experiment with his singing and flying styles. His flock, on the other hand, were all about conforming to the traditional ways of singing and flying. They believed in following the rules and not deviating from the norm. One day, as Tweet was practicing his singing, he heard a beautiful voice singing from a nearby tree. He flew over to the tree and found a majestic peacock perched on a branch. The peacock was singing a beautiful song that Tweet had never heard before. He was mesmerized by the peacock's voice and asked him to teach him how to sing like that. The peacock smiled and said, "You don't have to sing like me. You have your own unique voice, and that's what makes you special." Tweet was confused. He had always been told to conform to the traditional ways of singing, and now he was being told to embrace his uniqueness. He didn't know what to do. The peacock saw the confusion in Tweet's eyes and said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Tweet was still unsure, but the peacock's words stayed with him. He continued to experiment with his singing, trying out new styles and techniques that he had never tried before. His flock would often mock him and tell him to conform to the traditional ways of singing, but he refused to listen. One day, as Tweet was flying around, he noticed a group of birds in distress. They were stuck in a net that had been set up by a hunter. Tweet knew that he had to help them. He flew down to the ground and started singing at the top of his voice. His voice was so unique and different that it startled the hunter, who ran away. The trapped birds were free, and they all gathered around Tweet, thanking him for his bravery. They also appreciated his unique singing style, which had saved their lives. Word of Tweet's bravery and unique singing style spread quickly throughout the land. Soon, birds from all over the land started coming to him for advice on singing and flying. They loved his unique style and the fact that he was different from the traditional singers. Tweet was now a hero in the eyes of his flock and the other birds. They realized that being different was not a bad thing, and that it was okay to embrace their uniqueness. They all started experimenting with their singing and flying styles, and soon, the skies were filled with birds singing unique songs and flying in different ways.